think he would do it now.
I don't think my dog would have a period now. That doesn't make him any smarter.
But like he lost his white suit. Can't come up. How do you lose a white suit? You don't.
How do you not know that animals have periods?
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know what makes a mammal a mammal? You went to college.
Milk.
Lemonade. Around the corner, fudge is made.
It's milk.
What kind of milk?
From the mammary glands, if I'm correct. That's where all milk comes from.
Mammal. Mammary. Hook the man up.
Hey, I have a Southern education, people. Come on.
Where is this college you went to, John Moore, for real?
It's in Nashville.
And it's John Lipscomb College?
David Lipscomb University.
Is John his brother? Like Ozzy and Jose Canseco? John's the one that didn't get a college named after him. He had a plumbing plant.
Exactly.
John Lipscomb Plumbing and David Lipscomb College. What was your major there?
Political science and communications. I had a double.
Well, you're doing a good job. I understand everything you're saying.
Yeah, well, you know.
Crowd work.
Exactly.
So your show you're doing now is Joe Schmo?
Yeah, the Joe Schmo Show.
Did you do Pros versus Joes too?
I did Pros versus Joes.
Now, here's the thing about John Holland Moore. At the letter J Holland Moore. The thing that we always make fun of you behind your back about is you always go, man, I can't talk about it, man. It's top secret.
It was
and we're like, what
secret.
are you working on? You're like, it's top secret. And then it's like fucking Invasion Shatner or like Caesar Milan's dog whispering park. And you're like, that's what you couldn't talk about?
Dude.
There's like real private things happening in the world, and you couldn't tell your best friends I'm working on Invasion Shatner.
No.
Pre-Twitter.
No. No. No, if it gets out, you're screwed.
Why?
And on Joe Schmo, my manager didn't know. They thought I was doing a completely different show.
Why do you need to keep Joe Schmo a secret from your manager?
It needs to be a secret from everybody.
But don't you have enough time after production? Where
No, after production, it's fine. As soon as we tape it, everybody can know.
So how much pre-production goes into it that you have to keep a secret?
About 6 to 8 months.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you gaslight these people? When you watch a show like Joe Schmo, you think to yourself, if I was in this house, I would just start punching people out.
Yeah, see, but we don't pick guys who would do that.
Right.
We know,
You get like the Brian Keith Etheridges of the world. Is he on it too?
No, he's not on
moving
it
up.
this year. No,
he's
he was
sitcom
busy.
in it now.
Yeah.
He was on it.
Yeah, he was on the first season, and he
love
wrote
that
on the
guy.
second season.
I love
He's
him.
such a trip.
So you get it's like the movie The Game.
I watched it this weekend. I was thinking the exact same thing.
But in your house.
Yeah, like this guy comes on the show thinking he's going to win. If he wins, he gets a 1-year contract as a bounty hunter and $100,000. And everyone around him are actors that we hired to mess with him. Like we have a deaf contestant, a female deaf contestant. His
a big
interpreter,
hit, too.
Huge.
Now she's a plant.
She's everybody's a plant.
Every single
person that walks on that set.
I like when the producers and directors come out to talk to Joe Schmo and explain to him, like, look, man, you got to take it easy. You're getting all worked up for nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, no, they lit my clothes on fire. You're like, no. They have a medical condition, and per our contract with the network, you can't make fun of it or mention the fact that they lit your clothes on fire.
Yeah.
And the guy will come in the next day, and they're like, there's having a bonfire with his clothing. This is all hypothetical because now I'm afraid of giving something away on Joe Schmo. What network time channel?
It's on Spike, 10 p.m. on Tuesdays.
Spike?
Yeah,
10
Spike.
o'clock. Tuesdays at 10 on Spike. Watch. And you are now made the transition from great writer to now you're this on-camera presence.
Yeah, I know.
Who's the first person to say, because I know you wouldn't bring it up yourself.
No.
It's not your wheelhouse for yourself. I know how you think. But you do a good job on the show. Who was the first person to go, you are going to have to go talk to this person and further make them more crazy?
Well, I don't understand your question.
Whose idea was it to put you on camera?
It's that show you get everybody's on camera, but I would be on camera a lot more, but I have a face for radio. So I'm not on there as much.
Out of all my friends, I think you know this, but I think you thought we were kidding. Out of all my friends that I've ever had in my life, you are the one my wife would choose to marry had I die.
Oh, man.
You know this?
You should start.
I've told you this before. She's told you, and I think you thought she was kidding.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
No question whatsoever. Out of all my friends, you and probably KP, distant second.
That's awesome.
You are the absolute number one friend that my wife would marry if I died.
Well, I need women then. Why am I single?
Because you hang out, you live a writer's lifestyle.
Yeah, I have no game.
You come when the pizza man comes.
Exactly.
Do you still live in the same apartment?
Same building, different apartment.
I'm moving up.
Exactly.
Whose idea was to put you on camera?
It's just the nature of the show. And then when the network hired
Well, you
me,
weren't on when you were first on the show. You weren't on camera.
yeah, I wasn't the executive producer then. So now,
snap!
now Daddy's running the show.
Now look here.
So, but every time I see it, like I don't think I have a Southern accent. I really don't. And then I watch back footage. I can't even understand half the stuff I'm saying.
That boy sounds like a motorboat, but you sound like Foghorn Leghorn. Don't have a Southern accent. Jesus Christ!
I really don't think I have one.
But you know you have one.
I know. Now I do.
From watching myself on the old
Watching
TV.
And
I heard Bob Barker died, man.
I should probably lose a couple pounds. Should probably lose a couple pounds as well.
You and me both.
Oh,
as Buddy Hackett would say, get online.
Do you remember the first time we met?
You and I?
Yeah. You don't.
No.
Lip service.
No, I definitely don't. I hosted a lip sync game show, which I believe Chris Hardwick, Nerdist, took over for me.
I think he did.
I've been replaced by the best. Jamie Kennedy took over for me at Ghost Whisperer.
Yeah.
And More Stories was replaced. More Sports was replaced by Pardon the Interruption. So I've been replaced by some heavy hitters.
Never as good as the original. If I may. You won't say that, but I'll say that.
Chris Hardwick's pretty damn great.
He is good. He's good.
And
that show was bad, though. You got to admit.
Well, yeah, it's a freaking lip sync show.
How old were you? Because I was on spring break. We're the same age. You had to be...
I was 18, 19.
You had to be just slaying it then, too.
None. Zero.
How?
Because they're 14-year-old people singing to En Vogue, and you go, hey, ladies, yeah, well, we're 14, and you go, see you later.
When I saw you, you were at spring break. It was live out of the studio. You got to be kidding me.
I swear to you, on my mom's, personally, I'm gonna swear to you on my mother's, on both of her legs that she still has. Nothing. One time, you love the story. Do you remember Luis Polonia from the Yankees?
Yeah.
Do you remember why he went to jail?
Was it drugs?
No, his wife was 15 years old.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he went to jail for about a year. And when he came out, guess what he did?
He didn't go back.
He went back to his wife. And then they actually, I don't think they arrested him. They're like, there's nothing we could do about it. Like, they're in love. It was like his real wife.
Oh,
he wasn't a pederast. He actually was in love with a 15-year-old, went to the hole for a year, came out and blew the fucking candles out on her 16th birthday.
Man.
And I think they're still together with like children.
That's a sweet story.
Me and Barry Katz meet Hawaiian Tropic girls. Now, I am pasty white, 140 pounds probably at the time, right out of high school.
Rail.
First gig, rail thin. I'm not used to the whole game. I don't have any, but I'm the host. I know I got that. It's my show.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, we get the Hawaiian Tropic girls. I'm like, why don't you guys come on upstairs? We'll hang out. So there's 3 girls sitting on a bed. Me and Barry Katz sitting on another bed across from them, like those stupid 2 beds. And we're like, and we're talking. No one's touching nothing. It's like a chasm between the 2 worlds. Me and fucking Barry Katz Nowitzki. Do you guys enjoy what you do when you walk around? Like, talk about 2 guys with polar opposite bad game. And then finally I go, how old are you? And the one girl goes, 16. Another girl goes, 16. I go, wait, you're all 16? And the one girl at the end goes, no, I'm going to be 16. And we go, when? And she goes, 8 months. It was like she just turned 15. And Barry just goes, I have 2 words for you. To the girls.
Yeah.
Luis Polonia.
Yeah, I'm sure they got that immediately.
And they're like, what? They have no idea what he's saying. And they go, who's Luis Polonia? And like Barry never to be, you can't like put a wall up. It's like water going downhill.
Yeah.
They go, who's Luis Polonia? And he grabs me by the hand and we stand up. He goes, exactly. Like somehow them not knowing who Luis Polonio was the reason why we weren't going to try to get laid. Like he spun it. He should work for politics.
That's unbelievable. Like I would have sworn you were slaying it in those days.
Apparently, I really misused show business as far as getting chicks because it's probably like a half dozen.
Was it all of it was going towards like Ed Lover and Dr. Dre, Fat Five Freddy?
Shore. Pauly Shore needed a pussy helmet, bro.
Dude,
he showed up with, and it's the same shtick.
Yeah.
And it's confounding, and people are throwing vaginas at him.
Still to this day.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Hey,
I don't know if I'm supposed to tell this or not, but I will. He called me 4 or 5 years ago. May have been longer than that. He wanted somebody to look at his act, punch it up. So
How does he get your number?
um,
Because the Colonel line, that's a hotline.
it is a hotline, but I believe Mike Jaglin
Yeah.
was working with him at the time.
Oh, that's right.
And so he sent me his act, and I looked at places I could punch it up. And he's got a lot of self-deprecating Jewish stuff. So I just added a whole bunch of that.
So now you get a Southern guy writing Jewish people are awful jokes.
Gets better. So he wants to meet. So I assume he read the material, liked it, wants to meet. So I go over to his office at the Comedy Store. And he's like, "Hey, buddy, nice to meet you. Thanks for helping me out here." I go, "Yeah, I guess you like the stuff." And he had a copy of it. He goes, "All right, do it for me." Like, what do you mean? Do it. I mean, do you doing the jokes? Yeah. So I had to stand in front of him with my Southern accent, doing Polly, doing horrible Jewish jokes, which, it was what he did. I wouldn't have done that on my own. But talk about like an awkward.
How long did it go before he shut you down? Or did he let you do an hour?
He let me do them. Like I did all of them. And
Did
he
he use
hired
them
me
in-
back.
Really?
He didn't hire me for those jokes, but he hired me on other shows. Like about every.
Give me one of those jokes in your Southern accent.
I can't even remember. Like I can't even remember any of them. But it was, the bad thing about Hanukkah. I can't.
What was that? That sounded like Damone from Fast Times at Ridgemont High doing Seinfeld. Hey, I got tickets. They're down front.
That was my Clinton.
Hey, buddy.
I did not have sex with that lady. That's the only impression I do.
Yeah, but the good thing is, you get the words all wrong, which makes it stronger.
Well, I do my best.
This is my Clinton. The impression's not that good, but I make the words all wrong to make it better. I didn't make out with the girl. All right, so Joe Schmo.
Joe Schmo. It's who's
Spell
great?
Schmo.
SCHMO.
Okay.
You know who's great on that show, which I wouldn't have expected.
John Holland Moore.
Well, that guy's amazing. Big crank too, ladies. Look him up. Jay Holland Moore on Twitter.
Yeah, can we forget dog period pictures? Can we get John Holland Moore a lady?
Yeah, ladies, send me your pictures. I'd love that. Lorenzo Lamas
Really?
crushes it. He plays himself.
Now, if I'm trying to be a bounty hunter,
Yeah.
how does Lorenzo Lamas work himself into my everyday life?
Well, he was he's a fellow contestant trying to be a bounty hunter too. Originally, the show was supposed to be a celebrity one, but they couldn't find enough celebrities to do it.
And you explain this to the Joe.
Yeah, and it's Lorenzo's storyline. He explains it. And he's like, but I've always wanted to be a bounty hunter. I played one on TV. I can do this, and I need work. And he also tries to sell his Lorenzo Lamas European casual pouch, which is just a Speedo.
What does the person actually get paid at the end of the whole show, the Joe Schmo guy? Because you promise him $100,000 and a bounty hunter job.
Yeah, if he makes it. I can't say if he wins yet or not. Find out on March 5th, Spike TV, 10 p.m. He gets $100,000.
All right, so you honor the commitment.
Yeah, if
How does he
makes
not
it.
make it? By tapping out of the show?
Yeah, if he figures
But
it
you
out.
have to do, that's where you're writing, that's when you got to write the fastest, is when a guy goes,
yeah.
I am out of here, you got to get, that's probably why you're on camera.
Yeah.
Here's our executive producer explaining to you why you can't leave.
It's stupid things. Like we write it like a sitcom where we don't know where one character is going to do. That's the way we approach it. We have every episode scripted out ahead of time, and you have to change it on the fly because he changes things. And you try to think of everything, but it's the stupid things that get you. Like we gave him a llama that he has is his
Lorenzo
spirit.
Llama?
No, not Lorenzo Llamas, but we gave him a llama, and he's walking. We make him go on a spiritual journey with his llama and talk to him, and he has to walk through these avocado leaves or these avocado gorge. Is that what you call it? Orchard. Avocado trees.
Cool. Did you know avocado trees have periods?
They do. I've heard that's
Orchard, yeah.
So he takes
Grove?
off. Grove. So he takes off. He takes off, and the
That
animal
hurts.
trainer comes up to us. By the way, we really shouldn't let the llama eat any avocado leaves. They're deadly poisonous to llamas. What? And we've got this guy, not an actor, leading the llama through a grove of avocado trees, and the llama could die at any moment.
And are you telling the guy, don't let the llama eat?
No, he already left. We couldn't. She didn't. She waited till he left, and we didn't want to interrupt him.
Did you know llamas have periods?
No, I did not. I do know. I know that now.
Have you ever read the book Llama Llama Wakey Wakey?
No, I have
The
not.
kid's book. You're going to like it. Jay Holland Mohr on Twitter at Jay Holland Mohr. I'm gonna hook you up, bro. I'm going to be an actual